Good morning once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the mill. My name's Bill. This is Pirate Solutions Forestry, and today is Saturday, and we are trying to get the majority of the shed order done. I've got to cut 40 1x6s. There are 10s and 8s, but I think I'm just going to try to cut them all 10s. I look for 8-foot logs, and everything's too close. It's 8 foot, 7-11. So I had 2 logs up top that seemed to fit the bill pretty well. Unfortunately, this one I can't get 2 cants out of, so it's just going to be 1 block of 1x6s. And then this one over here that's on the ground right there is just long enough to cut 10 footers, and I think it's just barely big enough maybe to get 2 blocks out of. But this one that's up on the mill, it's only 12 inches on the small end, and overall it's 11 foot. Both sides have a little bit of an issue. So this side has the face cut in it. I could cut that off, but then this side has some weird, I don't know what the hell they were trying to do here, but some weird notch in it, and I could cut that off. But what I decided to do was just center the pith. I got that up on a 1-inch block. Center the pith and just start cutting it. And if there's anything I can get out of it for bonus material, then great. I've got my 2 lists out here, timber frame list and the shed list, and I have all his shed material stacked over here. You can see his 4x4s and his 2x8s are all stacked here. So just going to get this 1x material out of here. Just to let you know, I did cut some 1x material already to be edged off. I did not edge that off last night. I'll do that today. And I think we'll go ahead and measure it, but I think I cut this all at 7/8. So I cut it on 1-inch marks instead of cutting it at 1 inch. It's really close. These are really close to 1 inch thick. So, we'll see how the cant plays out. I'm going to try to get it into a max cant, and that is a pitch pine, so it's going to be beautiful wood, and it's fairly dry too. I'm going to see how the cant plays out on that and decide whether I'm going to take it down on inch marks, which give you right around 7/8 of an inch thick boards, or actually mill them on scale at 1 inch thick. But we'll have to see how the cant works itself out to see how that's going to play out for how the inches will fall inside the cant. So in an effort to, as we usually do here at, oh, and there's Danny. See Danny hanging out with Dad today. As we usually do, we try to use everything that we possibly can. Now, I am still cutting with the Stellicut band. That's got over 1,000 board feet on it. Well over 1,000, 1,200 board feet on it. Some of that was big cutting. I know I slabbed a huge poplar. I know we cut some timber frame beams. So a lot of that is big cutting, but there's still, I mean, as you can tell from the waistline around, you still get a lot of cuts going on. So it's not like, it's getting treated different or anything like that. Still, 1,000 board feet's 1,000 board feet. Obviously, I can say all day, well, when you're cutting 1,000 board feet of 1x6s, it's a lot more cuts. True, but a lot of the cuts are in clean wood too, so that does make a difference. I heard reports on the Stellicut band. I'm not going to say from who. I'm not sure that I believe them, but I did hear from a person kind of in the know that they've had a Stellicut band cut over 3,000 board feet. I don't believe that. It would have to be real clean softwood cutting big pieces. to do something like that, but we're going to give it the best run that we can. I know the last one that I ran out, I ended up over 1,000 board feet, and I nicked that log stop on that side, so I took that one out of service, so to speak. This one is still cutting really good, and we're gonna give it a run in fairly dry pitch pine. Hopefully I can cut these 2 logs with it. If I can cut these 2 logs with it, I mean, at that point, guys, I mean, let's be honest, at that point, you get up to 1,500 board feet on one of these bands. If you can do that, and it wouldn't happen in hardwood, but if you could do that in softwood, you don't care what the cost of the band is, to be honest with you. You don't care. At that point, that cost is insignificant. Kind of like if you can sharpen 3 times. If you can sharpen 3 times on a band, I don't care how long it lasts. That's, the band costs you nothing. Um, if you want to go back, I did sharpen these Stellicut bands, so that does work, but we're going to get to work. I'm tensioned up, still running the same band, still running the same solution. We'll rip the top off this thing. It's going to be somewhere around 13. We'll get her into a max cant, and then we'll make a decision of how we're going to cut it out. Shouldn't take that long. Hi, Danny. I think that these 2 logs with the bonus material that I have up there, I think will complete his order, and he'll give them all 10 footers. Forgot to turn on my water. I think just for the sake of being expeditious here, I'm probably going to drop down and take from that 13. I'm going to drop down and take a flitch off this. And it can be edged into a 1x6. Full disclosure, if you didn't watch the last video, this Stellicut band did mow through 2 nails in the last video. It's still cutting great. I mean, I'll admit it's not cutting like brand new. I mean, I've got to put pressure on it, but it's still cutting great. I have another 1-inch shim for under my mill. Get this thing flipped over. It's gorgeous wood. It's nice blue stained on the outside. Beautiful red heart, like Douglas fir. One reason why I like pitch pine so much. Get her flipped over and get her busted into a half a cant. It's kind of dirty on this other side. I might have to just brush it off real quick. Gonna have to bring my stops down just a hair. I hope if you take nothing else from my videos that maybe the way I think my way through a log might be something interesting. I don't know. Might not be too. You know, somebody at a production mill is probably just blasting these things out as fast as they can go. I want to make sure that my stops are below 6, just in case I feel like cutting it to 6. So I'll put that one at 4. Okay. We'll take the top off of this side. I'm going to brush it off quick because it's got a lot of loose dirt on it just from having rain splatter up in the woods. That'll pretty much do. And we'll see how high our cut's going to be here. It's going to be around 11. Too bad. Yeah, 11. Too bad. I'm like, yeah, 1 inch away from being able to maybe get 12. Yeah, it wouldn't have been a good 12-inch cant though. So don't even think about it. It's not hurting anything. Miss. Go to 10. Let's try it there. I think that's all right. I think we'll just go ahead and flip it on its side now. Now, when I flip it on its side, I may have to level the pith again. We're going to take a look. This next cut's really your critical cut. It's fairly wide down there. It's fairly narrow up here. You know what? I think I'm just going to take 1 more inch off it. I'm just going to go to... I have to think about this for a second, because if I go to 9, I can get 9 boards out of it. That should be enough. If I end up cutting it in this dimension. That is going to be determined. So if I'm wider than 9 on my flat spot, I don't really need to do that. I'm not. So I think I'm going to go ahead and take one more flitch out of it. I can get my water spraying in a little bit better spot here. No, it's going in a good spot. There's nothing wrong with where it's aimed. I'm going to turn my water rate up just a hair. I'm seeing a little buildup. That's going to be indicative of a blade getting dull too. So we're just going to go down to 9, take one more flitch off it. So the heartwood is really, really hard on pitch pine, and I can really feel it when I'm mowing through heartwood on this log. It's definitely that band starting to show its age, and I can really feel how much I have to push when I get into the heartwood, like on this end here. By the time that if we can get 9 out of this, 9 boards out of this, that one and those flitches will definitely finish this order up. So I don't know if you could tell, but I was not dogged down either that time. It was just sitting here. I balanced what I did there. The reason I took that second cut is I just balanced the 2 sides. Pretty much the same on both sides now. Now we're going to try to get this thing squared up. And we're going to have to figure out if we need to. All right, that's still not. Okay, that's square there. Nope. Damn it. So what I want to do, I'm going to get my dog in my hand here. I can't. This is the critical cut. Now I'm just going to dog it with one dog for now because I want to do a measurement and see if I need to bring that end up. Hopefully this pith isn't seriously off center here. So I'm measuring from a board and from my rails. The measurement doesn't matter as long as it's just a comparative. So it's 7 1/4 to the pith here from the top of this board, not from the rails or anything. And then on this side, all right, so it doesn't make any difference. The pith is actually, I think, off center a little bit. It's actually higher on the thin end. So we are not going to move it. I'm going to go ahead and dog this thing off. Just double check my square. Perfect. All right, now we'll check and see how high we're going to go. It's going to be about 13. I don't know if 13 will miss down here or not. It's not going to miss, but it's not great. Might be 12. And there's a dip off on that side too, closest to you, so it's probably going to be 12. I'll just bring it up there and we'll see what it looks like. So I'll take it up at 13. It's a total miss. I'm going to go to 12. It's just barely hitting. We're going to try it there. I'll have to keep an eye on this piece. There's probably there might be a 1x6x8 in this. Let's just take a look. Nope, there isn't. Right now I don't have any reason to take another piece off this side. We're going to flip it all the way over, clean up the other side, and then we'll make a decision. I am going to have to edge this down just a hair. I want to keep the fat, whatever my fattest dimension is, I want to keep up and down. And I want to make my thinnest dimension that 6 inches. So whatever my widest dimension ends out, I want to cut my 6s out of. All right, so this one, we're going to want to hit a kind of a number here, I think. It's around 11. 11's kind of high there. 11's good there. We're going to take it at 11, see how that works out. So that did not work out. Going to come back and come down to 10. We're almost going to be getting into a square here in a minute. Take it at 10. This isn't exactly a good board. It's pretty thin in the middle. I don't even think it'll edge out very good. I'm going to keep it up here with the other ones, but it's not a very good board. That was kind of a waste. The 11 cut sucked. So right now I am 9 by 10. Yep, 9 by 10. So I'm going to flip it on its side. I'm going to take it to 6 on this dimension. Probably take one off this side and one off this side at least. Then flip it back up and just mill it out. So I'm keeping my 10. I do have a 1x6 in the middle of this. It's going to be all heartwood. Yeah, that makes the most sense. So I know I'm at 9. After I flip this over, I'll come down to 8. And we'll take a flitch off at 8. It'll edge out into a good board. Or, now, there's weighing on both sides. I was going to say I could take a 3-inch piece out of it right now. There's weighing on both sides. Let's just do it. I'm at 9. I want to go to 8. see what our wane looks like and see if we have to go to 7. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's pretty thin. I think we'll just flip it over. We'll take our other 2 off the other side. Coming up with quite a stack of flitches to edge off here. There's a pretty big chunk of wane on the other side, so it could definitely use 2 pieces. We'll go to 7 and then 6, and then we'll flip it on its side and we'll mill it out. All right, go to 7. We'll go back and take one of 6, and then we'll flip it on its side and mill it out. And we are taking this on inch dimensions instead of 1-inch scale at this point. So they're coming out the smallest hair below 1 inch thick. I've got quite a stack of flitches to go through here. I'll probably do those before I do the next log off camera, so I'll have an idea of how many I need to get out of the next log. So we'll flip it up, and we will mill it down on, not on inch scale, but on inch actual. So taking it on the inch marks on the primary scale. And I think this is going to yield us 10 boards, plus what we have here. And I want to get our stops all the way down. Do not leave them up, or you will hit them anywhere. Even if you leave them up a half a click, they got to be all the way down. All right, we'll get her dogged off. Start at 9 inches, drop right through it. Dog her nice and low here. My board's in my way. All right, so let's mow at it. We can put our adjustable blade guide pretty much all the way in. Fire her up, mow it out. I am still regulating my pace going through this a little bit. If I go really fast, it's probably going to get wavy just because there's so much time on this band. So I am regulating my pace and listening to it. I think the first cut's right here at 9. Yeah, should be. Looks right. One crank and hair up, come back, drop it to 8, go through. Two cranks and a hair up, go back, drop it to 7, go through. Three cranks and a hair, come back, drop it to 6, go through. One, two, three, 4, and a piece. Come back, drop it to 5, go through. When I get to 4, I'm going to stop and use that to edge off my other stuff. Two, three, 4, 5, piece. Come back, drop the 4, mow through. Cutting through mostly hardwood now. There's no resistance at all. One, two, three, 5, 6 a piece. Come back, I'm going to shut off. I am going to, I'll show you a couple of the boards after I throw them up here. I'm going to go ahead and edge all my stuff against this 4-inch cant, 4x6 cant. I gotta get some of this crap out of my way here. Oops. Damn it. So I think typically whenever I do 40, I do either 5 stacks of 8 or 4 stacks of 10. We'll see how it fits. I gotta get these big sleepers out from under my feet here. I'll show you the nice heartwood ones in the middle. They get markedly lighter as you go down towards the heartwood ones. These are beautiful. Thing's cutting great still. I will show them to you, and then I am going to edge the rest of these off camera. I don't think you need to see me do that. Give you a good look at the wood. It's beautiful. It's cutting great. I don't know, because the ragginess, if I can show you. Hold on. I use my mouth to get this thing up. See how perfect to cut. Beautiful edge both ways. No waves in it at all. Really nice. Don't fall off. Don't fall off. You don't have to bend over. You know, and these are, I don't know if you can hear that. These are not like pitch pine. I mean, like white pine. These are much harder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to edge this pile right here against that 4x4, just using it as a stop form. And then I'll count them all up, and then it'll give me a good idea what I need to get out of that other one when I get it. So we got 9. We're going to get probably 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. We're going to have over 20. So we'll be over halfway done after I do this. And there's a good chance, I don't think I have a big 8-foot log, but I might go looking for one just because we're going to be over 20 here. And if I could find a big 8-foot log, I have one over there in the woods. It's kind of sitting behind that tree that's got metal in it. That sucks. It would be perfect for this white pine. While I'm at it, I will make 2x4s out of these two and get hopefully this whole pile cleaned up pretty much before I pull another log up. But yeah, it's pretty much a process. You know, they get the beautiful red heart. They're very, very hard. They're very heavy compared to white pine. No comparison. And if I can just mill this one more log today and get myself to, I'll probably video it, get myself to my 40, then this order will be done and going out the door. And I got another order up top. A fence board's done going out the door. And I can get back on the timber frame order. And he brought me some hardwood to mill into 5/4 pieces that I got to do. A bunch of white oaks, small white oaks. And then I got to get back on Jesse Key's flooring order. So that's it for today, or for now. For Danny and I and Pirate Solutions Forestry, we appreciate the watch always. And hit us up with any questions. We'll answer you back. Hopefully you get something useful out of this. If you see me, you know, doing something that you disagree with, you know, reach out and tell me. But for now, what would Harvey Specter do? Pirate Solutions out.